Fantastic. That was an amazing talk, Mafe, with Coach Ian.
Yes.
But actually, before we wrap up, we have another treat. We have two
Mm-hmm.
student speakers who will be joining us tonight to share their personal experiences in learning debating.
Yes, that's right. Joining us tonight are Wang Yi Ran and Wang Yi Jean. They started training in Red Dot seriously in 2020 and have taken part in 3 open debate competitions.
Yes, exactly. And I heard that in the first year of competitive debating, they became novice semi-finalists in the Asia WSDC Open, an international debating championship with debaters from all around Asia. So, Mafe, shall we bring them on?
Yes, let's all welcome on the show Yiran and Yi Jean, our amazing students of Red Dot. Hi, ladies.
Hi, hi, hi,
Hi,
hi.
nice to meet
So,
you guys.
we're so glad to have you with us on the show today. Can you share with us some experience learning debating from Red Dot? Can we start with Yuran first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first. So, as a young child, I was rather shy and I wasn't very outspoken at the time. I was, your normal everyday introverted kid. I would just hole up in my room just reading books.
Mhm.
So, do you guys know what this is?
No, what is it?
Some of you may think it's like, a Bluetooth speaker or a mic or a headphone, but no, it's actually my hearing aids.
Mm.
So I have very mild hearing loss essentially. And that was also probably one of the factors as to why my mom decided to, sign me up for Red Dot's debating courses because she thought it would provide to be more beneficial towards me in the long run. So in the first time, like kids my age, I was very reluctant and hesitant to do so, but she strongly encouraged me to do that. And so I was pressured by her to join, Red Dot's summer camp course. I didn't really like it because for me, all the content they taught there was extremely boring in the eyes of like, a 13 years old. No, sorry, a 14 years old. I was 14 at that time. So of course I didn't want to join again. But surprise, surprise, a few months later she was just like, "Oh, Yuran, you should join another course. This time is for the end of the year course." I was really upset at her at that point. Like but she kept on nagging. We spoke for a while about it. We had discussions about it. And eventually I agreed to join, but only if that was considered my last debate. As you guys probably know, it's clearly not my last debating course.
Yes.
I will continue. But it was an internal competition also hosted by Red Dot. And in it, I was actually quite surprised to find out that my team won. Like, it was just a small competition. It wasn't anything to be particularly proud of that time, but at that time, I remember being very emotional and very happy. And eventually, I just found out on that day that, just because you're not good at you're not necessarily good at something doesn't mean that you have to dislike it. So I after that I realized I actually had an interest in debate. It was just basically that I just thought I stood no chance because of my slight hearing loss. So after that that's probably the point in which I started to take competitive debating a bit more seriously. And I actually asked my mother to sign me up for more courses afterwards. And
Amazing.
a lot of I'm guessing a lot of parents out there would want to know more of the benefits of debate towards academics especially. Well, I saw my grades improve significantly from before and after. So before debating, I was an average student, but after debating, amazingly, my grades started like climbing higher and higher, a very significant improvement to 95 was actually my lowest score for last year, and I could even get like 100 marks for my exam, and I was really impressed, honestly. And as my mom once said, for example, if it's a flower is only pretty if it has 5 petals of, equal area. Like it has to be equal. If one petal is too big on that flower, it's not beautiful anymore. So just like debating, I mean true debating, I believe debating isn't a skill in which, you just focus on this one thing and suddenly your debating is good but everything is still bad. No, I think debating is something that other skills also simultaneously also grow and expand as well as debating. Like I got more confidence afterwards. I actually managed to speak out in class, which was something I never dreamed of doing a few years ago. I was able to be more positive generally, like more confident in general. My public speaking skills, critical thinking skills, all of that started to improve significantly afterwards. And I think a lot of people have this common misconception about debating that, oh, it's too complicated. Like maybe a 7-year-old and 8-year-old come to debating. I don't think that's the case at all because,
Mhm.
like I'm guessing there'll be a few Chinese speakers in the audience, so that this 成语, it's like 一步登天. That's not what debating is all about. Debating is more about, so basically that quote just means, one step you can reach the heavens. I don't believe that's the case at all. Debating is more about the small process and what you learn about the world slowly as you go every single day. It's more about the process than the result generally. Even if I were to be in competitive debating, I believe even if I didn't win, I would still be very, very happy with like the benefits that I had gained. And well, with my hearing loss, with my mild hearing loss, if I can do it, I believe that probably pretty much anyone, or even like an 8-year-old or 9-year-old, will be able to do it even more, and they will definitely improve even more significantly than I did.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Yiren. Inspirational story.
Yes, definitely. You are a beautiful flower, and I'm a mom, and you have just made reassured me that I am going to make the best decision by enrolling my daughter, who is tuned in right now. She is 13. She just turned 13, and when I first asked her, like you, she was like so scared, looking at me like, why? But Coach Ian did mention that it is beneficial for long term, even when you meet new people and apply for jobs, right? The communication skills is something that when you learn during your debate was the confidence. I heard that from one of your pedals, and that to me is key for everyone to just try it. And thank you. Yes, thank you for your story. We have some comments here saying that truly inspiring. So let's hear from Eugene. How about you? How is your experience with Red Dot?
Hello, I first got introduced to Red Dot by participating in one of those Red Dot camps. So, like, along with my sister, I got dragged along with it, and I just
Yiran has to lower her volume. There.
yeah, apologies for that. So,
That's okay.
along with my sister, I got dragged along with her. And it was around the summer time, so that's when our school had 2 months break. So I absolutely disliked going there. Like it hurt just trying to click on the Zoom link button because like it was my holiday and I was meant to spend it on this summer camp. No, thank you. So unfortunately, I got dragged along. So yeah, but it actually like helped me out. Believe it or not, I speak from experience. So instead of just being holed up in my room, just playing video games or whatever, my mom decided to just drag me along and put me in this summer camp. So the thing is that debating actually is useful to me because I because of the fact that when you debate, you need more information to research on what topic that you need to debate on, and that in turn made me learn more about the word, like the word view about it. For example, the George Floyd and Black Lives Matter issue, whether or not whether or not the UN should sanction Myanmar. I right now, due to the fact that I debate, I can know more about these topics and I have a better worldview around them. Unlike when I'm just like playing video games and just doing not much productive things, I actually can learn more about what's actually happening around me, and that like for example, AI, like are they stealing jobs or not? Like the fact that I've been learning about all these stuff due to debate makes my work, like, it gives me a better viewpoint of the entire world instead of just being like just not doing anything. The
Right.
thing is that if you think that debate is difficult due to the coronavirus, online debating is actually much more lenient. So
Yes.
online debating, since online debating lets you interact with many other people and have like online competitions, that actually makes my experience much more fruitful, and I actually had much more better interactions along with the debate. Since debate is open competition and your age does not matter, that means you can probably do it with siblings or friends, and you can like, you won't feel that pressured because you have your siblings and friends with you, and your members will be with you too. So like, since debating is kind of like a team sport too, you won't feel that pressured. So my friends like video games, and I won't deny that I like them too. But then the thing is that due to debate, it changed my whole viewpoint about everything. And even if I initially did not like it at first, it definitely does help me at the long term run. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. And of course, now I'm sure that you two speak to each other often than being in separate rooms debating who's the stronger debater. And truly, it was such an inspiring to listen to both of you, because you both shared, and it was an honest conversation or honest opinion that you did not want to do it, and now it's something that is one of your passions. So thank you to you both, ladies.